Internships give us real-world experience and increased our understanding in the classroom.
Donor support helped make our opportunities possible.
Donor support enabled me to pursue my dreams of becoming a teacher. And because of you, I can truly make a difference.
Thanks to your support of the Talent Gateway, students have a place to reflect on their career goals and skill development.
We are excited to have opportunities to practice leadership, communication, and teamwork.
Scholarship support for non-traditional students like me is allowing me to return to school, get my degree, and unlock the potential I always knew I had.
Students can study in state-of-the-art labs
and prepare to be leaders in the sciences thanks to victors like you.
Donor support for our faculty helps us recruit and retain the best faculty and provide support for our pursuit of excellence in both teaching and research.
Thanks to victors like you, scholarship support allowed me to study abroad and gain a new global perspective.
Thanks to your generous support of the EOB, we can advance the engineering education for the engineers of the future. We can support the phenomenal research our faculty have been engaged in, and we can improve our industry partnerships. Thank you.
Your support is helping us make the vehicles of tomorrow.
Thank you for helping us drive the future.
Thanks to your support, students are able to cross the finish line and graduate.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hail to the UM-Dearborn Victors.
Well, good morning, everyone. Good morning, everybody. All right, it's a celebration, right? So that's a hard act to follow. So thank you for coming today as we celebrate what has been accomplished and, more importantly, celebrate the future. Our world needs victors. That was our message in 2013, and it's true today, and it will be true tomorrow. Our combined efforts help to ensure that our world will have those victors. My name is Eric Nemeth. I had the honor of co-chairing with Beth Artisana the Victors for Michigan campaign for the UM-Dearborn campus. However, the vision and dedication of so many people really made this campaign a success. Today, we celebrate a journey that began several years ago. For me, the journey began some 5 years ago when Mallory asked if I would take on the role of co-chair for our campus. I was honored to be asked to chair this committee because as an alumnus and a member of the community, I believe so strongly in its goals, providing support to allow our campus to continue to transform our students and power the region. Each of you brings your own story to our collective journey and efforts. And in a moment, you will be hearing from several members of our community about what the campaign has meant to them. They will touch on the 4 priorities of the campaign: expanding student support, developing new educational initiatives, transforming our learning environments, and strengthening faculty support. Our first speaker today is a CASL junior, Jordan Wohl. Jordan and I are acquainted because he participated in the Ottawa internship program, which was so impactful for me as a student. Jordan, would you please join us?
Good morning. My father and I loved to wake up on Saturday mornings in the fall to watch Michigan football on TV. When I was 5, my dad got me to root for the Wolverines with him by telling me how great the maize and blue looked on our guys and how ugly the green and white looked on the other guys. Over the years, I grew up looking forward to those football games because they were a chance for me to watch my superheroes in action. It was my first glimpse at what it meant to be a Michigan man. To me, a Michigan man is anyone, regardless of the gender identity, who excels in their field with determination, integrity, and boundless enthusiasm. A Michigan man is a great role model for a young kid to aspire to, and it was in that spirit that with every single report card from 5th grade on, we used those as a checkpoint for my progress to get into the University of Michigan. It was my mom that was the first person to tell me about the University of Michigan-Dearborn. Before then, I didn't even know the city of Dearborn existed. But my mom grew up here, and she knew better. My mom encouraged my dad and I to take a tour of the Dearborn campus with her, and I remember everything falling into place on that visit. I wanted to be at a university that felt like home, where I could really be in the middle of everything and have a great community to be a part of. The smaller campus feel here could give me the chance to build strong and lasting relationships with students and staff across campus. And through applying to schools such as the University of Chicago and Penn State, UM-Dearborn was always the clear and obvious choice for me. I began classes here in September 2016, and in my time at UM-Dearborn, I have participated in the Ottawa Internship Program. I've been Homecoming King, president of the Jewish Student Organization, among other positions. And I finally walked into the big house for the first time ever in 2016, realizing my biggest dream of being a Michigan man in that student section. I am so lucky to be a part of this community, and it hasn't always been easy. There have been semesters where I've had to work well beyond the recommended 15 hours a week to cover my tuition bills. And I know that I'm not alone. The Dearborn campus is filled with charismatic and hardworking students who give everything they have to make sure that they can stay enrolled each semester. Every scholarship makes our experiences easier. I thank everyone involved in the Victors for Michigan campaign to coming together to provide us with scholarships that take work hours off of our schedules so we can spend more time studying to be the best Wolverines that we can be. Your contributions to this campus will lessen the burden of tuition payments and keep UM-Dearborn students in school. And by doing so, we can power this region with alumni who excel in their respective fields with the values of determination, integrity, and boundless enthusiasm, just like a Michigan man should. Thank you.
Jordan was much more focused, I think, than I was at the same age. So thank you for those comments. Next, we have Professor of Philosophy and Interim Director of the Marginian Library, Maureen Linker.
Thanks very much. Welcome, everybody. Thank you. There's so many different ways I could say thank you. I could say thank you on behalf of our students. I could say thank you on behalf of my colleagues. And though I only have just a short time, I thought I'd share one anecdote that really captures all of those contingencies and why I'm so grateful to be part of the University of Michigan-Dearborn and so grateful for the support. This anecdote took place about 2 years ago in the summer semester. I had been working on finishing a book titled Intellectual Empathy about what I was seeing in the critical thinking classes that I was teaching. In particular, the way in which my students and I together were able to navigate difficult dialogues, particularly around religion. Christian students and Muslim students who are coming together in the classroom and doing things that went way beyond any textbook that I could find. And so I thought, I need to write one about this. But I needed some funding to finish it. And with the support of my dean and my provost, there was some campus funding that helped me finish the book. And it wound up getting in the hands of the director of Repair the World, which is a Jewish service organization. And there's a location here in Detroit. And the director contacted me and said, I've been reading your book and we're bringing Jewish students in from all over the country to spend a semester in Detroit. And many of them have never sat down with Muslim students to talk. And I wondered, would any of your students be interested in coming to meet with us? And so it was summer semester. I didn't require this as extra credit, but I asked students if they'd be interested in coming. And 7 students asked to join, Muslim and Christian students, a non-believer who wanted to be part of the conversation. And we went down to Detroit and met with this group of Jewish students from all over the country and had a conversation about what it means to navigate these differences in the Detroit metropolitan area. And the conversation was so rich and engaging, we didn't notice the time passing by, and the students from Repair the World said, we have to go. We're working at a community garden, Eden Garden. We're partnering with a church there. And my 7 students said, well, we can go with you. And this was a hot summer day. We all joined the students from Repair the World and had an amazing day working together in the gardens. And those connections I'm seeing they're still being maintained among the students on Twitter, on Facebook. There is so much more I could say about that experience, but to me it typifies what's amazing about this community and what's amazing about the support, that our students are really leaders and the best of what could be. Thank you.
Thank you, Professor Linker. Very inspiring story. So now we're going to welcome Jeff Hall. Jeff is the Executive Director, Strategic Sales, OMRON Automation Americas, and he will give an important perspective of an industry partner. And he also has remarkable taste in ties. Pay close attention.
Thank you, Eric. I have, excuse me, I assure you I've never met Eric before, so I did not call him this morning and ask him, but I had a good guess of what the color scheme might be. I'm delighted to be here this morning to celebrate the impact of the Victors for Michigan campaign on the amazing students like Jordan and the faculty here at University of Michigan-Dearborn, and on the thriving automotive and mobility industries in Southeast Michigan. The relationship between OMRON and UM-Dearborn is a great example of industry partnering with higher education. It began when one of our employees, an alumna, thank you, of the university, became a member of an industrial advisory board at the College of Engineering and Computer Science. As a result of that engagement, we became increasingly aware of the university's high academic standards, emphasis on experiential learning, and for its commitment to this region, graduating exceedingly qualified, work-ready engineers who tend to stay in Southeast Michigan. When the opportunity arose to partner with UM-Dearborn, we were excited to make the investment in innovation to establish the OMRON Robotics and Human Factors Lab in the new engineering lab building. It is our company's first lab commitment in the state of Michigan and our largest commitment in the entire United States. We're very proud of that. In addition, we created, thank you. In addition, we created the OMRON Endowed Scholarship in Electrical Engineering, which will be awarded for the very first time in 2019. In the new engineering lab building, both students and faculty will be working with highly advanced engineering technologies, significantly enhancing academic studies while expanding their research experiences and capabilities. We're thrilled to be part of that process. In today's global and extremely competitive economy, there's no doubt about the necessity for industry to partner with higher education. The collaboration produces industry-relevant research that brings new products to the market and solves industry's most pressing challenges. These partnerships also create a robust talent pipeline of career-ready students prepared to be effective employees and leaders in their chosen fields. We're also excited about the commitment to Southeast Michigan that our company and UM-Dearborn share. Together, we'll continue to strengthen the economy of our region and develop innovations that will result in products and solutions that will improve lives and contribute to a better society for all. On behalf of the entire OMRON Automation Americas team, I'd like to thank the university for the opportunity to speak to all of you today and for their ongoing collaboration and spirit of partnership. They have been and continue to be a joy to work with, and we're greatly looking forward to a strengthening and long-term relationship with them. In closing, I'd simply like to state, as an avid outdoorsman, it's my belief that wolverines are much more aggressive species than Nittany lions. And I'd like nothing more than to see that proven on the football field tomorrow afternoon in Ann Arbor. Thank you very much. Go Blue!
People are feeling spunky. Well, now it's my turn. So I was asked to give some brief remarks about my story and my commitment to the campaign. But my commitment is a shared commitment with my wife, Paula. As many of you know, we met here at UM-Dearborn a few years ago when we were students. Paula, stand up. A significant part of our commitment was funding scholarships for students in areas that we felt might be underserved areas. At the kickoff for the event, I spoke of our Michigan Marching Band scholarship. Yes, U of M Dearborn students are in the Michigan Marching Band. A young man from a Flint campus was trying to balance a class load, a full-time job, and the Michigan Marching Band. He died in a car accident. He likely fell asleep. We felt students giving of themselves to one of the crown jewels of our university could benefit from a boost and support. We also support scholarships for aspiring elementary math teachers. Paula dedicated her career to education, and in particular mathematics. Teaching is so often underappreciated and overlooked. This is particularly so for at-risk populations. If we lose the children at the beginning, we are unlikely to get them back. Our U of M Dearborn students of 2030 are the first and second graders of today. Lastly, we sponsored a scholarship for our Ottawa interns. Jordan was one of those folks. Our university represents global engagement. With so many students working for basic survival, the concept of an internship is impossible without some dedicated financial support, a basic economics lesson. If I'm at an internship, I can't work, which means I can't pay my tuition, which means I can't go to an internship. It certainly was that way for me. An internship can be a transformative experience, opening your mind to what is possible. You see, getting the students here is just the start. Engagement gets them off the launching pad. Every donor has a story and a passion. Thank you for listening to mine, ours, and thank you to the University of Michigan, including our satellite campus in Ann Arbor, for the vision and leadership as we move forward toward 300 years of being the leaders and the best. Go Blue. And now I have the honor of introducing Mallory Simpson, U of M Dearborn's Vice Chancellor for Institutional Advancement.
Thank you, Eric. I have to say, I sure would prefer not to be following all of these terrific speakers. It's kind of a hard act to follow. But thank you all for coming today and for your tremendous support of our campus. I hope you had the opportunity to see the student projects and read the quotes from our students and faculty about the extraordinary ways that UM-Dearborn has been transformed by your generosity and support. If you haven't, please do yourself a favor. I know the buffet was very consuming for most of you, but do go around and read at least a few of the boards that have quotes from students who have received donor-funded scholarships. I got to tell you, this morning we want everyone here at least one time to have moist eyes. And if it doesn't happen in this session, go read the boards. It'll get you there. You should feel like victors. That's the purpose of our celebration, and that'll do it. We are especially grateful to our Victors for UM-Dearborn volunteer leaders whose help and gift support have been invaluable to the success of this campaign. A number of them are here today, so let's give them a hand. Undeniably, this campus is a different place than it was before the campaign was formally launched on our campus in 2014, all because of generous donors and campus supporters. Let me give you just a few highlights of what you have accomplished since then. Some of these statistics were in the video, but they bear repeating. It's great news. Donors have generously committed nearly $25 million for student support. That's right, $25 million. Isn't that fantastic? A big hand to you. This has enabled us to award more than 5,600 scholarships during the campaign so that students have access to a transformative education regardless of their financial means. Generous individual and corporate donors have committed more than $3.2 million to the complete renovation of the engineering lab building. This will upgrade one of UM-Dearborn's original buildings to state-of-the-art facilities so our students will be prepared to meet future expectations and needs in engineering fields in Michigan and across the country. Support for faculty and learning initiatives has allowed us to attract and retain the best and brightest researchers, scholars, and teachers for our outstanding students, and they deserve no less, and help provide programs to develop our students beyond the classroom. To name just a few examples, donors have supported iLabs, math circles, athletics, the art gallery, programs in Detroit schools, student teams, and the Talent Gateway, which now serves more than 1,600 students. During the campaign, more than 21,500 gifts were made by 7,000 donors. Isn't that fantastic? Individuals, foundations, and corporate donors. Gifts have ranged from $13.5 million to under $10. And I can assure you that every single one of those gifts has been put to good use in helping our students be successful. Approximately 93% of the 21,500 were gifts of less than $1,000. Gifts like these to our annual fund allow us to offer students invaluable experiences in the classroom, out in the field locally and around the world, and provide the flexibility to respond to unanticipated needs and challenges. Giving from our community, our faculty, staff, and retirees has been robust, showing yet another dimension to their tremendous dedication to our students. During the campaign, 590 faculty, staff, and retirees gave nearly $3.25 million. And new gifts are continuing to come in. That does deserve applause. This is really special. You know the adage, family first. Well, our external donors really pay attention to giving within the family, and you demonstrate it in a big way. So a big and proud thank you to all 590 faculty, staff, and retiree donors. Thank you. And if you haven't jumped in yet, it's not too late. Giving Blue Day is just around the corner, and those gifts will count in the Victors for Michigan campaign ending on December 31st. UM-Dearborn's endowment has more than doubled since the beginning of this campaign, helping to provide permanent resources needed to support the extraordinary work of our faculty and the life-changing opportunities for our students for many, many generations to come. These examples are just the tip of the iceberg, illustrating the impact of the Victors for Michigan campaign. At the campaign launch on the Dearborn campus just 4 years ago, boy, it's gone fast, I asked those in the audience to imagine themselves being philanthropic in ways they never thought possible, to effect change and transformation for our students, for our campus, for our world. And thousands of donors have done just that. I promised then that here on our campus, you could make a big, big difference, and that the return on your investment would be both impressive and rewarding. So the purpose of our celebration today is to show you how true those statements have been. You truly have transformed lives and powered our region. The tagline of our campaign, transformed lives and powered our region. From the bottom of my heart, I thank you all for being victors for UM-Dearborn. Thank you. You will soon hear from our new Chancellor, Domenico Grasso. Though he only started 3 months ago, he immediately embraced the Victors for UM-Dearborn campaign, meeting with supporters here in our region and across the country. But before Domenico comes up, please give a warm welcome to his wife, Susan, a triple Michigan degree holder. Susan, please stand. And we also welcome their daughter, Elspeth, who came in from New Orleans. That's not how you say it, is it? It's New Orleans or something like that, where she's teaching. Welcome, Elspeth. And now, please join me in welcoming Chancellor Domenico Grasso, like Jordan, a true Michigan man.
Thank you very much, Mallory, and welcome to everyone here. Before I start my remarks, I do want to note that Jordan did not mention where he came from to come to the University of Michigan-Dearborn. He, like myself, grew up in Massachusetts, so he came from Massachusetts. And I do want to say that although we're here to celebrate Michigan, and although I love the Tigers, that the Red Sox are celebrating a World Series victory last week. So you can applaud, Jordan. So I am delighted to be here. All of you have expressed so genuinely what the Victors for Michigan campaign has done for our students, our campus, and our community. It's great to hear the personal stories behind the campaign, and this celebration is truly amazing. I can feel the energy for U of M-Dearborn in everyone that I speak to today and the individuals that Mallory and I met with around the country. I've only been here a few months, but what's impressed me most is the dedication and generosity of our alums, friends, corporate partners, community partners, faculty, staff, and students. I want to thank you all for everything that you've done for U of M-Dearborn. The accomplishments and successes we've just heard about and seen in these stories have been made possible because of you. Your generosity has made a profound difference on our campus. I'd like to take this opportunity to express my sincere appreciation to Vice Chancellor Mallory Simpson, who is retiring at the end of this year. So it's going to be a big loss for us, and to our entire team in institutional advancement. To say that Mallory and her team have worked tirelessly on this campaign would be a gross understatement. Mallory, we're so grateful for the tremendous devotion that you have invested in making U of M-Dearborn a better place, and we'll miss your optimistically high standards and aspirations, your tenacity, and your unique panache. In just a moment, we'll be revealing how much we've actually raised for this campaign. And for those of you who are mathematically inclined, you can probably figure it out because we had it all listed up there. You have to add it up. But we will do that for you in just a moment. But before we do that, I want to share one more thing. In recognition of our wonderful supporters, we've created a special place on campus to commemorate this campaign and its impact on U of M-Dearborn. Across from the Mardigian Library, we've dedicated a group of trees called the Victors Grove. This magnificent landscape will continue to grow and flourish and embellish and beautify and enhance our surroundings and remind us that your generosity will have a lasting impact on our students and campus community for generations to come. In front of the grove will be a plaque and the plaque reads, "Dedicated in recognition of our alumni and friends who have transformed our campus with their generosity and commitment to excellence during the Victors for Michigan campaign." This is so appropriate for this campaign and our alums because, as is well known, the Victors write history. The Grove is a physical metaphor for the heroic impact of our university and alumni. It's a tribute not only to those who have gone before and helped make UM-Dearborn an institution that it is today, but the victors that are yet to be forged here. Borrowing a sentiment from Shakespeare's The Tempest, what's past is prologue, what to come in yours and my discharge. We will build on a distinguished past to create an exciting future. And I hope that you can all visit this special space when this event is over. I'd also like to thank former Chancellor Dan Little. Dan's visionary leadership, his support for our amazing students and academic programs has made a huge difference in the success of this campaign. Not only did he lead our campus, Dan and his wife Bernadette created an endowed scholarship, the Dan Little and Bernadette Lintz Endowed Scholarship to support students in jeopardy of having to leave school before completing their degree due to financial circumstances. And I have to say that we often talk about how the holidays keep moving up in the season, right? Halloween, we start celebrating that in September. We start celebrating Thanksgiving in October. We start celebrating Christmas well before Thanksgiving. But I have to say that I'm very fortunate because for me, this is like Christmas. I came to this campus in August, and this is a true gift for me to be closing a campaign that really started under Dan's leadership and was nurtured and really infused with all the success that we've seen through Dan and Mallory's leadership. So I am the recipient of this, and even though I'm standing up here, I'm going to invite Dan to come up and say a few words because really this is all because of Dan. Dan, please come up.
Well, thank you, Domenico. It is such a pleasure for Bernadette and myself to be here today to see you, friends over many, many years, who share one thing in common, and that is a real commitment to the campus, to the future of the campus, to the students whom we serve, to the mission of this campus, which is such a unique mission. So first of all, I would like, on behalf of both myself and Bernadette, I would like to express real gratitude to all of you and to the thousands of other people who supported this campaign in big levels, in generous gifts to help the mission of this campus move forward. It is really inspiring to be all together here today at the conclusion of this campaign and to realize the impact that Mallory has talked about, that Jordan talked about, that you talked about, Maureen, in your comments about support for faculty work. It is inspiring that this campus can have the outsized effect that it has on our students, on our region, and on the future of the society that we are so eager to be able to make better. I think of the engineering lab building as we walked across the campus to come to today's celebration. The engineering lab building will be so transformative to the leaders of OMRON who made the inspired decision to be major supporters. Thank you to OMRON. But I think also of something that you don't see quite so visibly, but is absolutely a part of the impact of this campus, and that is the Public Allies program. I don't have the exact number, but something like $1 million in support from foundations has been forthcoming to allow this campus to have the impact on Metro Detroit, which the Public Allies program has been able to have. And then when you think about the impact which millions of dollars in support, for scholarship support, and when you hear the stories, whether it's from Jordan or from students that you meet in Mardigian Library, their ability to study at UM-Dearborn, the opportunity which is created for them, the opportunity to transform their own lives, but also the community in which they live, that opportunity is really leveraged by the millions of dollars in support which has been offered for student support. UM-Dearborn is an inspiring place. It's a place where if you spend an hour or a day walking on the campus, you once again get energized by the impact and the value and the shared set of values which we have on this campus. And all of that has been pushed forward by the efforts of you in this room and the thousands of other donors who have made such a special difference to the campus. So Bernadette and I both thank you. We thank you for your commitment. We express our own solidarity with you of the value and the impact and the exceptional nature of this campus as the University of Michigan-Dearborn. Thank you.
So now I think it has come time to find out exactly how those numbers add up. So Mallory and Eric, if you could join me up here. And if we could have our students. Where are our students? What happened? So if they lined up properly, and I know they did, we will find out exactly how much we raised for this campaign. So I think that we could cue up a drum roll here. Okay, let's hear those numbers. Thank you for joining us and celebrating with us today. It's because of you that this campaign was a success. Go Blue. Go Blue.